Every time you start a drawing inside of SOLIDWORKS, it uses a template. Now you can create and modify your own templates and then save them to your file system. So every time you open up a brand new part, assembly, or drawing, you can use the corresponding templates. In this video, we're going to be showing you how to create the drawing template. So first things first, let's go ahead and fire up a brand new document. So click on New. I'm going to go ahead and start from one of the existing templates that I already have. Now, I have a template here called LinkedIn Drawing right over here. Click on that one there and go ahead and click on Open. It says right now that this font is not available. That's okay. We can select a new font, or we'll just actually use a temporary replacement font. Doesn't really matter because we're going to be modifying this on the fly anyways. All right. Once you've got this document opened up, the next thing we want to do is right click anywhere in the gray area. Actually, first we got to accept this. So click on OK. Exit out of the model view. Now right click and say Edit Sheet Format. Once you're editing the sheet format, you can see here all the lines turn blue and we have the ability to grab things and move things around. So notice down here we have this thing called Your Logo. Well, we don't want my logo. We want to put in your company's logo, for instance. So you can click on that, drag it anywhere you want, or you can even hit Delete on your keyboard to get rid of it. So now we want to bring in a picture or a logo or something like that for your company graphics. To do that, it's pretty straightforward and easy to do. I'm going to head over here to Sketch. Now, if you don't have the sketch picture icon, we can easily add that in. So normally you'll be showing up over here if you had it turned on. So if you right click on Sketch, come down here to Customize Command Manager, come over here to Commands, and then come down here to Sketch. All right, so right in there in the Sketch toolbar, you can see here is the sketch picture. And SOLIDWORKS is a configurable environment, so you can add or remove icons or tools from any one of the toolbars. So I happen to want to add this sketch picture right up here. Let's go ahead and just drag and drop it right there into that toolbar. And now we've got sketch picture added into our sketch ribbon toolbar. All right, so once you're done with that, click on OK. And now let's click on sketch picture. All right, so I'm going to be in chapter 15, 15.1, and you can see we've got this logo.png file. So we can bring in these available file types. If you look at that entire list, it's got to be one of those. Also in the exercise files, I've included a couple of other files that you can play with if you'd like to, as far as a DWG file, as well as an Adobe Illustrator file. You can make some modifications to the file and then save it out as one of these available file types, and you should be able to import that into your design. All right, once you've got the sketch picture selected, go ahead and open that up. That's going to show up right here on your tooltip. In this case, it's a little bit big. So let's go ahead and scale that back down to size, and then let's move it around on our screen. So once you've got it pretty much scaled the right size, I might want to make it a little bit smaller than that. You can also change the transparency. So if you look at the file itself, right now it says transparency none, but this is a PNG file, so you can actually choose from file, and that should knock out the background, and then go ahead and just place it where we need it. Now in this case, we've got a little extra space here, so I want to make this so it's going to fit in that area. So let's go ahead and just kind of put something right in there and then just make it a little bit bigger so it fits. All right, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just making this more of an example than actually making our company a template. Anyways, once it's placed, click on the green check mark. Now you've added that to your design. Now you can come in here and double click in here and copy or type in your company information, your address, your phone number, your website, and so on. Make any modifications you want. Go ahead and click anywhere outside of that. It turns it off. And then go ahead and just save the document. Now, before we leave, I do want to point out over here, notice these links. So this is a dollar prompt, and this is actually a link to the material inside of your custom properties of your part. So you can add these type of links to your design or to your sheet, so that information from the part will automatically be imported into the drawing. Now, most templates already have a lot of this set up for you, and you can get into and modify these things as needed as well. And the other really easy way to do that is just click on Annotation, click on Note, click on a note over here, and instead of actually typing something out, over here, notice we've got a couple links. We can link to a hyperlink, we can link over here to a property, and that's the one we want to do. So click to a property. You can say current document or model found here. So if you choose the document that you're looking for, and then select the property name you want to find. So down here, you can link to any one of these types of things inside of your document. So if you want to link to a custom property or a title, you can just like select that and it'll automatically add that in, like the date Click OK, and now that's been added into the date. So notice it replaces the actual date with this kind of cryptic text, but whenever you use this sheet, it'll automatically pull in the long date format of today's current date. So pretty handy and cool to be able to use that. When you're happy, click OK, and now they'll automatically always be added into your sheet. When you exit out of the sheet, notice you go back to the original format here. And because we actually haven't added in the date or saved this file, it hasn't shown up. But once you do, it actually show up right over here. But anyways, those are the basics for creating or editing your template. Now, if you want to save it to the file system, the next thing we need to do is do a file save as. So come up here to File, come down here to Save As. Now, instead of saving this as a regular drawing, I want to save this as a drawing template. So click on the drop down here and come down here to Drawing Template. Select that one there, and then choose where you'd like to save it. So in this case, I'm going to put it on my desktop, Exercise Files, Chapter 15, 15.1, which is the folder we're using right now, and then Draw One Template. Name it whatever you'd like. I would recommend actually saving this to your file system, like a company shared folder or some type of folder that you can easily access and other people who might be working with you can also access. That way you can save the template one time, and then everybody can use it and pull it into their drawings. Now in this case, I'm just going to save it to the folder we happen to be working in, but SolidWorks is not going to know where that is. So let's first things first, let's go ahead and save this out. So click on Save. And now when you fire up a brand new document, it's going to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and look to the individual paths where the templates are residing on your file system. Now, if you haven't added these paths in there, SolidWorks is not going to know where to find them. So cancel out, come up here under the gear icon, come over here to System Options, come down here to Default Templates. Actually, sorry, File Locations, and then Document Templates. All right, so now we've got a couple of things in here already. I want to add a new path. So the path I want to add is Chapter 15, the folder we're in right now. So go to Chapter 15, go to 15_01, and that folder right there has the template we just created. So go ahead and select that folder. Notice it gets added over here, and then click on OK. Once you do that, a lot of times it's going to ask you if you're sure you want to make that change to the path. You say yes. Say yes to do the SolidWorks elevation request as well. Right, and then retry. And now we've added that path. So now we should be able to go up here and say New. And right here, 15.1 should show up. And that's the drawing template we already created and saved. And I can use that to start a brand new drawing. Now, if you didn't happen to have that font, it might ask you this question as well. Just go ahead and use a temporary font for right now. And now we're back into that drawing. We're ready to actually start bringing in our individual views and creating the drawing.